Well, welcome back. Today, we're going to take a look at how to improve the grip on the pistol, developing skills that we call repeatable, reliable, and robust. I want them to be all three of those things so that they stand up to winning in violence. We're going to look at a few other bits from a class that we just did this past week. I'm out enjoying some Ignis Lux coffee this morning. Let's dig right in. And before we dig into this, during this video, you're going to see me with a pistol in my hand, and it might look unsafe because I'm near students. There's no slide on the gun. It's just the lower grip of a Glock. Also, you might hear a few adult words in this video, so if that hurts your heart, I apologize in advance. Grow a pair. Let's go. Was a miss. Good. Okay, that's my grip. If I was low and loose versus high and tight, I can't repeat that, right? Anywhere on the grip is not as repeatable as, so that's almost the number one thing. Improper, or let me be wrong word, maybe I should say a less than optimal grip done the same way over and over is better than a different grip each time, because now I can present the pistol in the same orientation. So I'm going to develop repeatability if I'm not going to have to keep thinking about it. We often think that long guns are easier to shoot because the barrel or sight radius is longer, but really it's because I have a cheek weld, right? So my cheek is welded to a position in front of the optic or sights that doesn't exist here. So it's easy for me to have a million orientations. So as we're moving and shooting, what I'm really looking for, whatever the position is for me, I'm left eye dominant because I'm blind in this eye. So on that note, if you are cross eye dominant, we'll see people do shit like this. Just put the gun in front of your eye. The pupil distance is 2-3 inches if you've got some crazy head. So the gun's gonna go like this, right? So left eye, right eye, left eye, right eye. I don't have to do anything weird. So throw that out. All I'm looking for, I don't play video games, but my son, when he was a kid, played up at first person shooter games. And the thing would run and the gun would be bouncing on the screen. That's kind of what we're doing. We're just trying to position this thing in the same spot. Why the same spot? Because I'm gonna see it and be able to do it. I'm talking about feet, I'm talking about this. I've gotta put the gun in the same spot. That starts in the holster. Doesn't matter where the holster is on your body. The holster ought to allow you to get this master grip. So if I had this gun in an appendix and it's so deep that I cannot get this connection in the trigger guard and I have to pull it up, I should probably get a different holster. If the holster doesn't allow me to connect here, that means I'm gonna have to draw, and for a moment in time, I'm gonna have to reposition my hand, which means that somebody can take the gun away from you because I don't have positive control of the gun. Also, it takes time, if we're shooting quickly, to have to reposition. So when I grip the gun in the holster, I am touching either left or right hand, whatever your dominant is. The middle finger of the dominant hand connects to the trigger guard, and the web of the hand connects to the beaver tail, whatever that may be. If you got a little P365 like Professor has, or a full-size gun like mine, those two components exist. It's gonna be uncomfortable. I'm jammed up super tight. So you guys keep saying control. So let's talk about recoil control. Even though there was zero recoil control needed for this exercise, you could have held the gun floppy and let it bounce because you were only worried about one shot. Does recoil happen after or during the shot? After. Yeah, right? So equal and opposite reaction. The round leaves and the gun recoils, yes? It's nice if we can keep the gun shooting flat. So what aids in that? How strong do you need to be for these little 9mm?
Not too strong.
There's a video of my daughter when she was like 15 and she was a little skinny, like 90-pound high schooler, running a full-size pistol, doing like 15-round mag dumps, and the gun's right? She's a little chick, little tiny girl hands. It's about as much strength as you need to maybe like squeeze a lemon. Now, on that, if I'm gripping harder, you're not going to hurt anything, and we'll do some demonstrations on that in a bit. High, tight, positive control of the gun, and as I draw my support hand into the equation, oftentimes, what are we told to do with our support hand? Kind of cam it forward, yes? Heard that one? So in shooting, in most anything men do, that we have like, if this is good, this must be better, this must be even better, right? And we kind of ramp things up, you know what I'm talking about? So truth is, if I'm standing fairly flat to the target, maybe a little weight bias onto my toes, kind of like if, can you come here for a minute, Rick? Like just, come here, just stand. I'm gonna push you, just stand. So now don't let me move you like that. You do a little bench press, don't you? Yeah, feels nice. Yeah, you feel that? Yeah. That's all you need. You know, it's like that much, just that much. Paul Sharp, my buddy, likes to say, imagine you're standing in like a nice creek and the water was flowing past you. You know, we're out there drinking Zimas or something and just trying to not let the river push you backwards. So that's about all you need for weight bias. Even with a rifle, you just need about that much weight running forward. Now, if you're going to start dumping rounds as fast as you can, you'll see that you might have to start leaning more into it. We're not talking about developing multiple different ways of shooting the gun, though, because for most of us, if we're shooting a group or trying to dump rounds quickly, we're going to bring the gun up to the same point in front of us and shoot it like that. Does that make sense? So my point about good, better, best, or if this and this and this, we just get better by getting deeper into the gun, stand flat, face up, bring the gun to your eye line. In the support hand, oftentimes in shooting, we misinterpret things. So some people call this the thumbs forward grip. When you think about arm position, it doesn't really matter to me how you have your arms positioned as long as the gun is in the same spot over and over. That said, the best shooters in the world, without a doubt, are using a very basic isosceles stance. Pretty equal arm position, elbows more down than flared. If you look at what happens to my grip as I pick my elbows up, look at my hands, look at this part of my hand, look what it does to the gun. You see how it comes off the gun? The more I bring my elbows down, I clamp onto the gun, but now I start to lose some strength in the top here. So probably about right here would be advantageous for most of us. As I clamp my hand onto the gun, I'm also going to press the heels of my hand together, as if I came and put that lemon or a lime in your hand, I said crush it, squeeze that juice onto me. You know what I mean? I know Rick does. Getting mad at me because I'm breaking these guys' nuts? Support hand, the support hand, as we connect to the gun with our support hand. So as this gun presents in front of me and I touch, this is about as important as it gets, because this position here gives me my full grip. So, full circle, we're going to work on some draw strokes and take a look at these grips. And grip is kind of something you play with your whole life. As your hands change, as we get stronger, weaker, arthritic, bust a knuckle, change guns, the friction coefficient of the material that is on our gun, as our hands get sweaty, as our dry weather, cold weather, you're going to change your grip. But ultimately what we're looking for is our knuckles stacked on top of our knuckles. So not this or this, but our fingers pretty much lined up. And we've got circumferential pressure around the gun as much as possible. It's pretty much going to look like this. So if you take your dominant hand and you take your support hand and you place them fingers over fingers, let's see you do it. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to look like. Now, I'm going to come back on the line, and I want to see you guys all square up on the line, and I want to just assess your grip real quick and see if we can move it. You run your gun out. I'm going to press the trigger. I want you to grip the shit out of the gun, okay? Got it. Don't let it move. Get a better base underneath you, because I'm going to move Tell me when you're lined up. Are you lined up?
Lined up.
Stay lined up. Stay lined up. So most of those were hits. I was kind of moving him. I was trying to hold him. I was hitting that this hard. Was I not?
Yeah.
So what's stronger, 9 fingers or 1? It's, it's kind of theatrical to show you that you can really hold the gun well. What's happening is we're moving it when our trigger fingers, you can see it here, right? So this is what I'm watching as you're shooting. I don't care what's going on out there. I'm looking, and if I see this, well, I know that those fingers are tightening and moving. So I don't want to see all of this flexion. Take a look at what some of this stuff looks like. So I'm going to shoot the ground here in a minute, so I'm not doing it on accident. So proper loading process, admin, so administrative, no duress. There's not some bad guy out in front of me. I'm just loading my gun. Lock the slide to the rear, cant the mag well inboard, seat lock, tug. Seat lock, tug. Forcefully action the slide. If I've got a safety or a decocker, I could use that now. I may want to press check before I put the gun away. So if I open that action, I'm going to make sure it's back in battery. Decocker safe, finger straight, go to the holster. Yes? I'm going to step forward so I don't shoot gravel. Eyes and ears. Eyes and ears. So position 1, 2, right? So I can shoot from position 2. So I've got positive control of the gun. Yes? We're not practicing that right now, but from this perspective, I'm not drawing. If somebody was this close to me, I can shoot, right? Understand? So we're not just waiting for the gun to get here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I can fire from position 3 pretty easily. Make sense? So position 3, we're still capable of shooting. You got a little more ammo? Maybe I do. As we start progressing, let's think about where our ammunition is. So come here for a second. So this is a clue to me. Turn around. So when you go to retrieve this out of this mag pouch, look at this. So as my hand comes on here, I've got to rotate my hand. If I go like this, as my hand goes on here, the gun or the mag is now oriented towards the gun a little easier. So let's make sure all of our mags are pointed towards the front of our body or straight out if you've got like a competition rig on. If we've got magazines in different parts of our body, so I've got one mag pouch on, so I would call this my number 1 mag pouch. And if it's in my pockets, I'll treat my pockets like a dump pouch. If I was out, this is all I'd have on me. So in between courses of fire, I'd replenish this. If I've got multiple mag pouches on, like Rick, come here. So earlier you put a mag back in. So I would take the diminished mag, I'd put a full mag up front and the diminished mag to the rear, right? Yep. So just managing your shit. We're not talking about like running around and switching magazines around. So now I know my number 1 mag pouch is full. Empty mags, just let them fall to the ground. I don't need to be a weirdo about it. If I take the mag out of my gun and I realize, shit, it's empty, I don't need to do that. I can put it in my pocket. Got it? Some people treat that shit pretty weird. Let's paste the targets that I just shot up real quick and we'll continue. You guys need to piss in water real quick? So think about hierarchy of importance, right? When I am cooking, each process is important things. Think about this shit from the perspective of what's important now, what am I got to be doing right now? So if I'm drawing, it doesn't matter what's happening out here. From the perspective of, if I need to get a gun out, if I fuck this part up and I've got a bad grip, well, I'm fucked, right? So it's not hurry up and figure it out later. Each step as I'm training has to be with that in mind. So what's important now? Positive control of the pistol. I'm high and tight on the grip. Rotate towards the target. Touch point, and now I can start to think about my eyes and the gun are going to the same point in space. Okay, I'm done shooting. Great. Conscious decision to put the gun away. I'm done. You stay. Positive control of the gun. I know what's going on in my time. Got it? Face down range. 1. And recover. 1, 2. Relax. Move. Dominate the gun, dominate the space around you. Going to the right. Move, move, move. So what'd you learn? Anything? Were you entertained? YouTube and the internet is great for learning how to fix your washing machine, bake bread, and learn a lot of things like how to better grip the pistol, but there is no substitute, especially when we're talking about physical skills for in-person training. Get out there and train. Please consider coming and training with us, carrytrainer.com. We've got upcoming courses in Michigan, in Illinois, in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and a few other places, including Washington State. We'd love to see you. carrytrainer.com. Come on out. And as always, check out Ignis Lux Coffee. Ignis Lux is Latin for firelight, and it denotes that fire that burns in us all. Hey, as long as I've got it on, the S12 event is about 90% sold. S12 is coming up in October. It is medical training, combatives, it is pistol training, and breath and wellness training, all wrapped around a 4.5-day event in Tennessee. Instructor Z, Paul Sharp, my friends from D-Day Response Group, which are 18 Delta Green Beret medics, and a bunch of other guys like Rob Wilson, who is a world-renowned writer, teacher, and trainer on physical health and well-being. We'll all be there. Come on, check it out. See you soon. Be well. Don't be dickheads. Tell somebody you love them. And if you are a dickhead, apologize. I'm getting better at that myself. Peace.